evening. Welcome to the Town of Bernardston Select Board meeting for Wednesday, June 11th, 2025. We'll call the meeting to order at 6 o'clock p.m. This meeting is being broadcast live on BNC TV and live streamed on YouTube. To find BNC TV on YouTube, go to youtube.com and search for Bernardston-Northfield Community Television. This meeting will be available for later viewing by following the link at townofbernardston.org. You can also watch channel 1075 on your Comcast dial in Bernardston. And just one extra announcement, we are having some technical difficulties, so if you can't hear everybody out there, we're trying to remedy that, but it may not be till the end of the meeting. Otis is going to scramble to get some parts and try to fix it, so those in TV land and then hear what we're saying very clearly. So our first order of business tonight, we have a public hearing. The petition for a pole and wire location. Under the provisions of Chapter 166 of the Massachusetts General Laws, and any additions thereof, or amendment thereto, or amendment thereof, a public hearing is necessary on a petition of Eversource for permission to construct the line of poles, wires, cables, and fixtures and connections, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures along and across the following public way of 259 South Street, due to a dead tree on the customer's property.
Okay.
Eversource has been asked to remove a tree and install a new 35-foot pole that will sit roughly 21 feet off the center of the road to support pole number 41/8. Eversource agrees to reserve space for one cross arm at a suitable point on each of said poles for the fire, police, telephone, and telegraph signal wires belonging to the municipality and used by exclusively for municipal purposes. By the Select Board of the Town of Bernardston, Massachusetts, notice having been given and public hearing held as provided by law, it is hereby ordered that Eversource be, and it is hereby granted, the location for and permission to construct and maintain a line of poles, wires, and cables together with such sustaining and protecting fixtures. All construction under this order shall be in accordance with the following conditions. Poles shall be of sound timber, reasonably straight, and shall be set substantially at the points indicated upon the plan marked number 210-754-724, filed with and made a part of said petition. Said poles will not be in excess of 18 wires and 2 cables, and all of said wires and cables shall be placed at a height of not less than 18 feet from the ground. Also, that permission be and thereby is granted to lay and maintain underground laterals, cables, and wires in the intersecting public ways of South Street for the purpose of making connections with such poles and buildings as it may desire for distribution purposes. So I'll entertain a motion to hereby certify that the foregoing order was adopted at the Select Board meeting of the Town of Bernardston, Massachusetts, held on the 11th day of June, 2025. Otis probably can't see this. This is the color picture. It's in the vicinity of across the street from the highway garage, police department in Bernardston.
If there's any discussion
Anybody want to make a motion first?
Don't think they have the, okay, I'll move it.
Second. Any discussion? Anybody have any questions about that permit? I know a few people got a butter notices, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody's figured out where it is and their questions answered based on the
The
pictures?
picture was very helpful.
Yeah, the color one shows it, I think that's the ball.
Yeah.
We all roughly know where it is now.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other questions? All those in favor of the motion?
Aye.
Aye.
Alright,
Entertain a motion to adjourn the public hearing.
So move.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's a quick little visit. I mean, stay for the rest. I'm not saying you should
that's
go.
it, thank you.
Please, stay for the rest if you want. Make your trip worth it.
Okay, next order of business is the warrants. I'll entertain a motion for the payroll warrant.
I do appreciate being,
Sure.
Eversource had to do that.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
I appreciate this.
You're welcome, anytime.
Don't forget
Okay.
your purse. Don't forget your purse. Purse.
First.
You would have come.
I swear to God.
Okay, warrants. I would entertain a motion for the payroll warrant in the amount of $52,225.97.
So move.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
I would entertain a motion for the vendor warrant in the amount of $114,749.76.
So moved.
Second.
And as part of that, the fire department Jaws of Life, the invoice for that is in this warrant for $36,160. The treasurer also has a housing authority block grant payment, $21,000. And the highway department invoices for installation and electrician for the new transfer station compactor is in this warrant. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting minutes, I entertain a motion for the regular meeting minutes of May 28th, 2025.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Calendar announcements. The select boards and finance committees of Bernardston-Northfield will meet on Thursday, June 12th at 6 p.m. at the Bernardston Senior Center.
Mr. Chairman, two of your select board members will be here for zoning board, we'll see on the next
Correct.
thing, so I just wanted to let you know, and Jane, who's here, Ken and I will be here for zoning.
Well, if the zoning gets over quickly.
Yes, we'll be, I'll certainly be here.
Okay. Noted. Next up, zoning board of appeals public hearing. In accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 40A and the Bernardston zoning bylaws, the Bernardston zoning board of appeals will conduct a public hearing at 6:30 p.m. on Thursday, June 12th, 2025, in the town hall meeting room, 38th Bernardston. ZBA will consider an application for special permit for unused interior warehouse mezzanine, the private contractor offices and bathrooms for electrical contractor business, and to add covered storage area over existing concrete pad for tool storage located at 203 South Street, Bernardston. Copies of the application will be viewed at the town clerk's office during the town clerk's regular business hours. The Bernardston Cemetery Corporation is holding a bingo fundraiser on Saturday, June 14th at the United Church of Bernardston. All funds will go towards the repair of historic veterans monuments at the Center Cemetery in Bernardston. Doors open at 5 and games start at 6. Snacks and drinks are available for purchase, cash or check only. The Bernardston-Leiden Police Services Advisory Committee will be holding their quarterly meeting on Tuesday, June 17th at 11 a.m. at the Bernardston Town Hall, correct?
Correct.
Town office closures. The town hall offices and the transfer station will be closed in recognition of the Juneteenth holiday on Thursday, June 19th, 2025. The transfer station will resume normal business hours on Saturday, June 21st, and Town Hall will resume normal business hours on Monday, June 23rd. The Cushman Library Summer Reading Program will run from Saturday, June 21st through Saturday, August 2nd for all ages. Activities include crafts to go, scavenger hunts, and much, much more. For information, please contact Cushman Library at 413-648-5402 or through email at cushmanlibrary@townofbernardston.org. The Cub Scouts are coming to Cushman Park on Monday, June 23rd at 6 p.m. to officially dedicate a park bench. The Cub Scouts collected 1,000 pounds of recyclable plastic to earn the bench. Good for them. That's a lot.
Part of the Cushman Park project. Include that bench.
1,000 pounds, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Good for them. The Tax Work-Off Program Committee will meet on Tuesday, June 24th at 9:30 at the Town Hall. The Family and Community Event Planning Committee will meet on Tuesday, June 24th at 3 p.m. at the Town Hall. And the Select Board will be holding another public hearing coming up under the provisions of Chapter 166 of the Massachusetts General Laws. A public hearing is scheduled for Wednesday, June 25th at 6 p.m. at Town Hall to consider a petition from Verizon New England, Incorporated, for permission to lay and maintain underground conduits and manholes with wires and cables to be placed therein under the surface of the Keats Brook Road and Keats Brook Branch Road. Do we know if Brian Miner was given a heads up on that because some of that structure could be in the roadway?
I will make sure. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'll let him know.
Thank you. The Bernardston Planning Board will host an open forum on Thursday, June 26, 2025, at the Bernardston Elementary School cafeteria from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. The open forum is to provide an overview of the open space and recreation plan and gather community input. If you can make it, your voice still matters. If you can't make it, your voice still matters. Please take the 5-minute survey on the town website. You can access the survey from the homepage at www.townofbernardston.org. For questions, please contact the planning board clerk, Jennifer Moore, at jmoore@thetownofbernardston.org. And along those same lines, most residents should have received a postcard in the mail on that with a QR code that you can scan to take that survey as well. Next up, citizens' concerns. Any citizens' concerns? None. We have no appointments tonight. Imagine that. Moving on to new business. Man, a lot of utilities tonight.
Yeah.
Eversource Gill Montague Group Study. This is for informational purposes only. Over the past several years, Eversource has seen an increase in requests for new energy resources like solar energy or battery storage to interconnect to the electric grid. These requests have been especially prevalent in areas around Gill, Montague, and Irving. Eversource has already interconnected more than 43 megawatts of these new energy resources, sometimes also referred to as Distributed Energy Resources, or DER, at the Montague substation, and more than 20 megawatts at the French King substation in Irving, which are the main supply source of electricity for these areas. However, the number of requests to interconnect new energy resources to the electric grid in this area is so significant, over 50 megawatts as of May of 2025, that it has exceeded the capacity of the electric system serving the area. To accommodate the new energy resources waiting to interconnect to the electric grid in this area, new electric infrastructure is required. Eversource is seeking approval from the Massachusetts Department of Public Utilities, which oversees investor-owned electric power companies, to replace the existing substation transformer at the French King substation in Irving, along with adding one new substation transformer and building new electric distribution lines. These upgrades will benefit the Gill, Montague, Irving, and the surrounding areas, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts as a whole, by improving reliability and resiliency and increasing electric grid capacity so that new clean energy resources like solar energy and battery storage can connect to the grid. If the Department of Public Utilities approves this project, the anticipated project construction timeline is estimated to be 4 years. To pay for the cost of these upgrades, the Department of Public Utilities allows the cost to be paid for in part by private solar and battery storage developers who will be interconnecting to the grid once the upgrades are complete, and the entire customer base of the electric distribution company. The typical Massachusetts Eversource residential customer using an average of 530 kilowatts per month would experience a monthly bill increase of 13 cents. And Bernardston is included in this area.
Yeah.
Of this high demand. That's why we were
Yeah,
reading
so
that.
here's you can see the map that it includes Bernardston-Northfield, Gill, Irving, Montague. So just so you know.
So we,
So that would mean that maybe in 4 more years,
exactly,
we could put the solar on,
the landfill.
The landfill, right?
Maybe.
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 Hold you
That's
back.
probably the holdup.
Right. That
It is the whole,
that
we've
is the
known
whole.
that all along.
Yep. So at least they're working on it. Slow process, 4 years, but a lot of politics involved with that.
A lot of politics
I would
involved.
think, because
And
ours has been in for 3 or 4 years, right? 5, is it 5 now?
years.
FY26 Franklin Regional Transit Authority Demand Response Contract. The FRTA Advisory Board passed their FY26 budget in May, has forwarded their FY26 FRTA Demand Response Contract for review by the Council on Aging and the Select Board. Sections 10 and 11 have been updated to expand upon the general reference to federal drug and alcohol policies and procedures to include more specific information. The Council on Aging reviewed and voted unanimously to accept the contract as written on Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. I would entertain a motion to accept the FY26 Franklin Regional Transit Authority Demand Response Contract as written.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? And it's very limited what they changed. It was really just some
Yeah.
verbiage update in the policies. All
If you
those in
wanna look
favor?
at it, you can.
Aye.
Aye, sorry.
FY '25 Mass DOT Shared Streets and Spaces Grant Award. I'm pleased to announce that Bernardston Bicycle and Pedestrian Infrastructure application for sidewalk, snow and ice equipment has been approved for $62,626. A member of the Community Grants Group will reach out shortly to gather all necessary information to begin the contracting process. It is anticipated that the notice to proceed for this award will be issued by August 1st, 2025, and the deadline for all contracted work will be December 31st, 2027. The Highway Department plans on purchasing snow removal equipment with the grant funds. Per the Down of Bernardston Grant Management Guidelines, the Select Board are required to approve grant awards and agree to accept the terms and conditions. This item will be tabled until the notice to proceed and contract are in the town's possession. So this is for information only. It was
Yeah.
a grant Brian Miner applied for multiple times in the past, and we've always been turned down. He was kind of expecting the same this year with grant cycles the way they've been getting cut.
Yep.
But he did get the award letter that
Yep.
we were successful at getting it, so.
Terrific.
Does that require matching funds?
It does not, and that's why we're waiting to approve this until we actually see those
the
words in the
contract.
contract.
Yes, that's right.
It's not
Here's
supposed to
the
be.
letter from Mass DOT. if you
It's
wanna
supposed to
read
be
it.
totally funded by him. It was, the price increase from the time he got that quote, the $62,626. The cost of the piece of equipment went up $22, so he feels he can eat that out of his budget.
Yeah, maybe.
Thank you, Brian.
So that's exciting.
Yep.
Okay, moving on to the Board of Health. We have a resignation. On June 5th, 2025, the Board of Health was informed that longtime member David Powers will resign from the Board of Health effective June 30th, 2025. Dave has been a member of the Board of Health and the town's Title V enforcing person since 1999. I would entertain a motion to accept the letter of resignation from David Powers effective June 30th, 2025.
So moved.
Second with regrets.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, with regrets.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And in regards to that, we did prepare a letter of appreciation for Dave, and we'll read it now. On behalf of the town of Bernardston Board of Health, we extend our deepest gratitude for your outstanding service and unwavering dedication in enforcing Title V regulations and overseeing septic services for more than 25 years. Your commitment to safeguarding public health and the environment through the diligent application of Title V standards has been invaluable. The significance of this responsibility cannot be overstated, and your wisdom, integrity, and meticulous approach to decision-making have profoundly contributed to the well-being of our community. Furthermore, your leadership and active participation in advancing health initiatives have been instrumental in fostering a safer and healthier environment for the residents. Your expertise, dedication, and keen attention to detail have set a standard of excellence that is both recognized and greatly appreciated. Your contributions have left a lasting impact, and your support has been indispensable to the progress and success of the Board of Health's initiatives. It has been an honor to witness your dedication, and we wish you continued success in all your future endeavors. Sincerely, the Bernardston Select Board. And on that same note, did the Board of Health vote in who's going to pick up the Title V, meaning the COG, is my
No.
first thought?
No, their next meeting's in August. They're not going to meet in July, and the next meeting's in August, and I think that may come up. But I do want to say on a happier note, they're going to invite Dave back for cake, and we're going to have a little more of a fun recognition of his service, just so you know, and I'll keep you posted on that. But I don't believe the chair is going to decide on that matter at the August Board of Health meeting.
Okay, so this board's going to have to act on that because the town, nobody can build a house.
Right.
No, Deb Debarou is standing in. She has the
Okay.
certification to witness,
That's,
so.
the Board of Health is aware of that, and they're
Oh, yeah,
okay with that?
she's been appointed on the Board of Health but as far as appointing her as a
I thought she was a
member.
backup.
No, we went through the legislation for her to be an associate member with non-voting capability, but she could become, you could appoint her to the Board of Health in Dave's absence, but Barbara the chair has not decided what to do yet. if that's even necessary to, because the
just-
title, the services might go to the FERCog.
So we really needed to figure that out, because that's a big deal.
Right, oh, yeah,
That's a big hit on the budget.
We'll be paid by the fees, the most part of it.
yeah, the assessment doesn't go up according to the FERCog.
Right. We
Because
did
they
ask
just
about
take
it a
over
couple
the
years ago,
fees.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I mean, just
am
in
I not
the,
understanding you correctly?
well, if Deb's not fully on the board,
She is on the board,
but as a
An associate.
associate member,
right,
I'm not sure she can sign Title V's. We'd have to get that clarified,
okay.
which means nobody can get a Title V inspection to sell a house. If anybody's building a new house, plans can't be approved.
She is fully,
I know she can do it, but if she's not legal in this town by the town of Bernardston,
right, all right.
we may have to
I'm
engage the
surprised that,
FERCog.
yeah, I'm surprised that,
That's
okay.
that's a big lapse
Yeah.
starting June 30th.
I guess I think they were thinking that we were all set with Deb.
She's an associate, unless Donna says she can do it.
And they would have to appoint, he was appointed to do the Title V.
Right.
So, and I don't know who did the appointment, you or Board of Health, but that's an appointed,
She's been appointed as associate member to do Title
But
V.
like that, she can't, well,
well, we'd have to
She's-
see that in writing.
right, I mean,
Yeah.
that's a, we just want to make sure we're legal doing that, because it
Yeah,
really
yeah.
can tie people up.
Okay, I'll dig into that. I'll
Thank
get
you.
back to you on that.
Okay. Town usage request form. I'd entertain a motion to approve the town usage request form for the Family and Community Event Planning Committee to host Movie in the Park at Cushman Park on Wednesday, July 23rd, 2025, from 5 p.m. through 10:30 p.m. The town will begin advertising this event upon receipt of the proper public performance license in the next week or so.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion? You want to say any more about it, Karen? you're
No,
actively
because we
involved in
really
it.
can't talk about it till we get our, it's like a
License?
big, you gotta get the public performance license before,
The selection of the movie.
the committee is, the commission. They're gonna consider a family, that's why they're meeting, if you wanna come to the meeting and,
I'm just concerned that there's an appropriateness to the movie.
oh, it's most appropriate, it's a family movie is the genre. Like they're talking, I don't wanna say what they're talking about, but it's a family event.
Everybody's standards are different in this.
No, I assure you, it's a family event. It's a family fun movie.
Wouldn't
that
you wanna
everyone-
see us on the front page of the Recorder having,
Have faith.
I don't.
I assure you, would you like to know the title of the movie beforehand? Is that what you're saying? Would you like to be, you want?
We have motion made and seconded.
Oh, they haven't, I know it's down to 3 movies, like Jumanji, The Princess Bride, something like that. Family movie. Kids of all ages.
Any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Appointment of a temporary seasonal summer hire. To entertain a motion to appoint Grayson Mazzarelli as a temporary seasonal summer hire for the Town of Bernardston Highway Department, effective June 23rd, 2025, at an hourly wage of $17.50, not to exceed 8 weeks.
So moved.
Second.
Any other discussion?
Yes. Grayson appeared in the payroll warrant already this
Yes.
evening.
He's
Is
the
that-
intern. He is the school, he is the summer,
This is a change of status for him?
yes. This intern program's over, so
Yeah.
he liked it so much that he's gonna stay on as one of the, summer hires.
And the first one's that reimbursable grant.
Yeah, and I
That
already
we get.
submitted the reimbursement for the grant, yeah.
So that paid for his previous service?
Yes.
Correct.
What's gonna pay for this?
Brian's budget.
It's in his budget.
Brian Minor's
It's in
budget.
the
He-
budget.
It's in the
So,
budget.
That's where I was looking.
And there's a second person,
It's
but
in
I'm
there.
waiting, there's a second,
Yeah, he has a position for 2.
yes, and but I haven't received her employment
Okay.
paperwork yet, so we're waiting on that.
Any other discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Old business. Joint Emergency Medical Services Advisory Committee appointments. I would entertain a motion, and Brian, I'm looking at you because
Yeah.
Ken can't vote.
Correct.
In accordance with the intermunicipal agreement for emergency medical services, the towns of Northfield, Gill, Irving, and Bernardston dated on or about 9 April 2025 to appoint Peter Shedd and Kenneth Bordewick to the Joint Emergency Medical Services Advisory Committee effective June 11th, 2025. The purpose of the committee will be to establish, analyze, and update as needed the the terms of the emergency medical services provided pursuant to the agreement and are subject to the provisions of the open meeting law. The term of each representative shall be 1 year. Each year at the first quarterly meeting of the advisory committee on or after July 1st, the advisory committee shall elect a chair, vice chair, and a clerk.
So moved.
And I'll second that motion. Any discussion? Ken, you want to add any detail to that? I know you can't vote to it, but we've been talking about this committee a lot. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I abstain.
Northfield Food Pantry, the approval of a new shed placement at the transfer station. The Northfield Food Pantry is seeking approval regarding the placement of a new shed at the transfer station for the storage of returnable cans. As you may be aware, the food pantry has been renting a shed from the Franklin County Solid Waste Management District for this purpose. However, thanks to a recently awarded grant, the Northfield Food Pantry has an opportunity to purchase a new shed that will be entirely owned by the food pantry. This new shed is designed to be 100% movable, ensuring flexibility if relocation is necessary in the future. After extensive discussions on placement options, the Northfield Food Pantry and Highway Superintendent Brian Miner have developed a strategic plan to position the shed in a location that is expected to maximize the volume of bottles and cans collected. The Northfield Food Pantry believes this plan will be beneficial to both the food pantry and the community at large. I would entertain a motion to approve placement of a new shed for the Northfield Food Pantry between the two large plastic and can recycling containers to maximize the volume of cans and bottles collected.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes. Has the waste district approved?
I asked that question
Yep.
early on in these discussions, and Jan Amin was brought up to speed,
Okay.
and she was good with it. This, for those that don't know, this started a year or two ago, and the Northfield Food Pantry takes returnable cans that people choose not to return, and instead of them going into the recyclable stream that we pay to get rid of, they collect them, they return them, and they purchase food for the food pantry with those nickels that they get. All those in favor?
Aye.
Other business unknown time of posting. The Bernardston Elementary School air handlers in the cafeteria. We had a discussion yesterday. We had a meeting with the school, the select board, finance committee, the principal at BES, the facilities director at Pioneer, and we gave them permission a couple months back to repair some air handlers in the school cafeteria. They found an additional couple motors that need to be replaced as part of that. They don't have a specific quote for those motors at this point, but we'd like to give them permission to continue with that repair to get those air handlers going, because that's pretty important in the cafeteria area. We're going to propose an NTX number,
Not to exceed.
not for these motors, since we've already approved the original repairs.
Right.
Make a motion to allocate not to exceed $2,000 for the air handlers to complete that project.
From the Bernardston Capital Fund.
From the
Is that what it's called?
BES Capital Projects account.
Thank you. From that.
That one.
I can never remember the
I
whole
know.
title.
I can never remember the full title.
No.
I'll second the motion.
Any other discussion on that? All those in favor?
Aye.
We also, at that same meeting yesterday, in the teacher's lounge, there's a door to the exterior of the building that from the outside, you have no way to get in it unless somebody opens the door from the inside for you. If you're inside, you have to physically unlock a door to open it. It raised some concerns that they brought to us for safety, thinking it probably should have a crash bar on it, so in case of an emergency, it's another exit to the physical exterior of the building. We asked them to get a quote
Yeah.
for that. We don't have that quote yet. So do we want to wait for that motion, or do you want to give them an NTX number? What's the feeling of this group for that?
Did they give us any?
She wasn't sure what that was going to cost.
I don't
Because
think you
it's
can.
more- It's a crash bar, but it's also putting a key on the outside so they
Right.
can get
Right.
back in.
I
Right.
think maybe we're better off to wait till we get a
I
think
better
you're
so.
quote.
I don't think we can put an NTX
Right,
on there.
because that's an account that rolls over, so it's not going
Right,
to matter.
that's a
Okay.
permanent
So let's-
account,
let's just table that
Table
one for
that,
now, if
yep.
you guys are good with that.
Yeah.
Glad.
Next up, the Bernardston Planning, go ahead.
I'll-
Carol, Gretchen?
Yep,
Good. We need that number so we can approve.
he knows that, yep,
I know,
yep,
but
yeah, I'll
I'll
remind
keep
her.
the motion. Thank you.
On to the Bernardston Planning Board. Over the last 3 years, the Planning Board has been working on a new open space and recreation plan known as the OSRP for the town of Bernardston. As mandated by Massachusetts state law, the draft version, which is now ready for the public presentation, must be accompanied by letters of support from many of the town's committees when it is presented in Boston for state approval. The Select Board has prepared a letter of support, and it reads, "The Bernardston Select Board is pleased to extend its formal support for the updated open space and recreation plan, which has been meticulously prepared by the Bernardston's Planning Board with the administrative guidance of the Franklin Regional Council of Governments. This revised plan will supersede our previous OSRP, completed in 2008, and serve as a comprehensive framework for preserving and enhancing our community's open spaces and recreational resources. Although Bernardston does not currently have an open space committee, the Planning Board has commendably undertaken the responsibility of developing this plan while managing its other essential duties. Through an extensive community survey and careful evaluation of public feedback, the Planning Board has dedicated over a year to reviewing each chapter of the OSRP and identifying priority action items and long-term objectives to be accomplished within the next decade. The Bernardston Select Board has thoroughly reviewed the updated open space and recreation plan and fully endorses its submission to your office for official approval. We are confident that its implementation will significantly benefit our community by fostering environmental stewardship, expanding recreational opportunities, and ensuring the sustainability use of open spaces for future generations. Thank you for your consideration. Please do not hesitate to contact us should you require further information or clarification. Respectfully, the Bernardston Select Board.
I move we accept the letter of support, or to approve the letter of support, I'm sorry, not accept, approve.
Second?
Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We'll move on to the Town Administrator's Report.
All right, so the Fred Wells Trust Grant is overseen by the Greenfield Savings Bank, and it is specific to health management for communities. The Senior Center has applied for this grant before. I think last year they applied and they were awarded $1,500. So Pam applied for the grant at the end of January, and the Senior Center was awarded $2,000. And this money will be used for any programming and food securities at the Senior Center. So I just wanted you to know about that.
Cool.
The waiver of liability on our recreation registrations, that was a question I had out to town council, and she got back to me. So her response is basically what we had asked was about the electronic signatures on the website. Was that a valid waiver of liability from a parent? And she had stated that while a waiver signed by one parent may be enforceable in Massachusetts, requiring electronic signatures from both parents for recreational registration liability is the most prudent approach to demonstrate consent and increase the likelihood of the waiver being deemed effective. So we updated, we got with Unipay, and we updated the recreation transactions to require both parents' signatures. If it's a single parent or a single guardian, that it's set up for them as well, they would have to sign in both spots. So that's as legal as we can get.
Right.
You know, you can't control who's signing these things at home, you know, those kind of things, but it meets the requirement with what town council recommended. So
Good.
our online registration is legal.
And Jen's up to speed with all that?
Yeah, oh yeah,
Okay, perfect.
yep.
Thank you.
And of course, we still have the hard copies that parents will do a wet signature if they don't do it online. So the options are there to still fill out the registration forms.
Understand what you said. If it's electronic, we need both.
Yes.
If it's wet, we only need one?
No, it's the same.
Oh, okay.
It's the same
That's what I didn't
all the way
know.
around.
All right.
And then that's what I kind of said, if you really think about it, how many both parents sign And I asked
Yeah.
Donna that, I go, how
Yeah.
do, usually one parent goes, brings the kids, you
Right.
read. So, it's a tough one,
Yeah, it is.
all right? But that's technically what Donna said, so,
It's gonna be difficult.
yeah. So I want you to be aware of that.
Okay.
Oftentimes that gets signed as the kid's getting dropped off.
Right on. So, the second response from town council was the right to farm bylaw. Remember a while back, you guys signed a letter. You
Yep.
sent a letter to the Agricultural Commission to review and facilitate the resolution of a grievance between Bernardston Country Estate resident and the farm next door. The Agricultural Commission had received permission from you to reach out to town council because they had some questions. Just so you know, our town council represents Bernardston Country Estates too. So she cannot,
Conflict.
she can't, yeah, it's a conflict of interest. So Donna provided additional, she provided a John McLaughlin or an Isaac Mass to represent the town in this matter, meaning just someone we can ask, maybe ask questions to if we found that to be
Okay.
necessary. So before doing that, I wanted to get your permission to use someone else to add,
Yep.
to ask, just ask a couple, make a phone call and ask a couple questions about this situation.
Yep, for sure. We got to put
And
that
I would
in
be
the bed.
calling on behalf of the Agricultural Commission. I got Chris's questions.
Okay.
So I just wanted to make sure I had your permission of Chris Coffin, who is
Yep.
the AgCom chair.
Chair.
Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Did Donna have a preference between the two, or
Um,
whoever picks up the phone?
No, she came back with both two different people, and then she came back again with one of the two people again. So I think I'm gonna go with the second recommendation, and then she gave both, and she said both, and I talked to her on the phone about a different matter, and she reiterated both are just fine.
Good.
So,
And they're local too, so.
yeah.
Yeah, I know Isaac Mass. Who's
Yep.
the other one?
Julie Page. So, all right, so that's kind of all I have. I was gonna, there is one other small thing maybe, but Massachusetts, the electric meters are getting an upgrade. They're called into smart meters over the next few years. So there's, the information's in your packet, but they are gonna reach out to all the residents to tell them what they're about.
Yeah, I did
and-
receive some
yeah,
email from
I got
them.
a call today actually about at my house, you know, so I think Eversource is gonna reach out to the residents, so instead of going on about 20 minutes about it here, we can,
Yeah.
they'll be notified by Eversource.
Okay.
So
They just replaced them.
they're in the middle of doing
Yeah.
it maybe,
Oh.
some people have already been,
I've already had mine.
yeah,
a couple
it's called a
years ago.
smart meter?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I don't know, they just sent this
Yeah.
out. So it
Maybe
looks,
it's a smarter one.
maybe, yeah. But letters are gonna
Take
be
4
sent to the
years, right?
customers
Well,
and so
yeah, mine
on.
was replaced, but I don't remember just when, so.
Recently,
you know,
though.
Well, but what was recently?
And it'll only add
You know, you
13
think it was
cents. to
last
your-
year, but then when you look it up, it was
You're right.
5 years ago.
Except you use 1,000.
So they're gonna reach out to the
13
residents.
cents on your,
Anyway,
That's all I have.
Yeah.
13 cents on your bill, $42 in delivery. Sorry.
Anybody have anything else to bring up?
I just want to say congratulations to Pioneer Boys Baseball. They won today, 12-2. This was one of the Final Four games, so they are championship bound for their division. So,
Yes, it's awesome.
yeah.
And when is that game? Do we know?
We don't know yet. It's
Maybe
probably Saturday, maybe. I don't know.
They
We'll see.
come up fast and you don't see the announcement.
They do come up fast, yeah. But
Any sense of where this game is?
Worcester.
Worcester, okay.
I like saying that, Worcester.
So if it is Saturday night and it is in Worcester, add an hour and wait for the fire alarms and everything else to go
That's
off.
We'll know
Oh,
they
there you
won.
go.
They do the parade through town.
That's right, that's
As
right.
when they win, there will be a parade through town.
That's
so
right.
that's,
And they
we-
will.
As there was when they won.
They got to maintain an undefeated season.
That's right.
It's awesome.
That's right. Yeah, they're doing great. 25-0 now. Yeah, number 1 in the state for their division.
12-2.
12-2 today
Close game.
against Hopedale. Yeah, pretty close.
Cool. Anything else to bring up?
No?
Nope.
Anything?
I'll move that we adjourn. Sorry, I was.
Move that we adjourn. Second, we adjourn.
All those in favor?
I was falling asleep at the
everybody.
wheel there.
All right, thank you.